The Reclassify transaction screen in QuickBooks Online, it's pretty awesome. The challenge I have with this screen in particular is that, well, number one, the number of transactions that show are actually limited to a maximum of 300. And sometimes in this screen, we just want to see more. For example, if I click on select all over here, you can see that the most that you can show is 300. So what we've added in RightTool is we added an extra feature called Reclassify Page Extra Filters. When you turn that on, two new things happen on this page. One, when you go back into this page after it refreshes, you'll be able to see more than those 300 transactions. So let me go and open up that same category I was looking at, and I'll go back here a couple of years and click on Find Transactions. That way we can see that right now it's limited to the same 300. However, what's interesting about this feature is we have this little button that says show 999 transactions. That's just the physical limit we were able to push it to. So if I click on that, essentially it'll refresh and expand the number of transactions. So even though QuickBooks physical limitation is 300, what we've done by when you click on that 999 transactions and I click on select all, notice it expanded beyond the 300. So it can go, 301 all the way to 999. So that's the first sort of thing that we added, is just expanding it to the maximum that is physically able to. The other thing that we added is two additional filters. Is we can do an in-between amount filter, or this could even work just for minimum or maximum. So let's say I'm gonna look for all transactions that have a maximum of $100. So I just type 100 there and then hit tab, and then it will filter out so you won't see any transactions that are under $100. And you can simply just click on one transaction, hold the shift key, click on the transaction all the way in the bottom, and it will select multiple transactions for you. Okay, all in one shot. That way you don't have to use the select all button. You can just do the shift click inside because you had this filter. Now I'm going to click on this little X here next to the dollar amount, so we reset that filter. We can also do an in-between filters. Let me just select on. We can do an in-between filter. Let's say I'm only looking for transactions that are between 500 and 600. So I just type 500, tab, and then I type 600 and tab. And because there's 999 transactions, it will take a little bit longer for it to react, just because it has to sort through a lot more transactions, but you would definitely see that in there. So on top of the dollar amount search, I can also search by a particular memo. So if I type the word best and I stop typing, it will filter out and only show me transactions that have the word best in the memo. Now I'm going to hit X one more time here and then click on select all, so you can see what we're seeing is 652 total transactions. I'm going to go back into the memo, type the word buy, and then hit tab. You will notice that every transaction that has the word buy will be there. And of course, this is limited to the first 999 transactions from the pagination. If you ever find yourself, I'm going to X out of this, find yourself clicking on the show 999 transactions and you click on select all and you see this number to be 999, there's a possibility that there's more than one page. And keep in mind that these filters are only for the current displayed page. That's just a technical capability that we cannot get past. But I assume that most people have no more than 1,000 transactions that they're trying to reclassify at any given point in time. We will expand that if that's ever capable, but hopefully this particular feature will save you tons of time and help you find and reclassify transactions much faster.